sprint hurdle coach. That's right.
Stand here on the hurdle and hold something.
So Coach Bierman, you've been the hurdle coach for a long time, huh?
Yes, I've been coaching here in Goodland for 10 years. Started out at long and triple jump and then moved to the hurdles the last 6 years. So,
boy, you've had some great success.
Some really good hurdlers, kids that worked hard. I think we have a program that works really well when we start them off in middle school with the same coaches, the same practices, the same procedures. And then that moves them up into high school and they find a lot of success with those repeat patterns and things that they're used to, repeat coaching styles, and had some pretty good hurdlers.
And do you find that typically when you have a really good hurdler, they're also very coachable? There's a lot of components to that.
Absolutely. The kids we have are really coachable, great kids to have. And it's not just the time they put here on the track, it's the time they put in the weight room. A lot of our kids are multi-sport athletes, which I think is great for them. They develop a lot of muscular strength, a lot of mental aptitude as well that goes with it, and they're just great kids, great athletes.
That's awesome. How cool is it to have the athletes you have this year with the accomplishments they've had and the success they've had? That's got to feel good as a coach, right?
Absolutely. Lindsay and Lincoln both went to state last year. I had Layton 2 years ago also go. So it's nice to see the kids put in the hard work, find success multiple times in multiple years. So great sense of accomplishment for them and a great achievement for them as well.
Awesome. You know, you got a brother and a sister out here that are great hurdlers. How are they different? Are their personalities different?
Yes. Very different, but both very detail orientated.
Yep.
Both have a great work ethic. They want to practice it until it's perfect for them and they feel successful at it. And they don't ever want to stop. It's almost, I have to tell them that's enough for today or we want to stop, because they want to keep pushing to find that ultimate goal of being perfect. So
that's all. So when you're working with each one of them and they are different, even though they're siblings, do you use different techniques for whether it be your cues or different?
Sure.
You deal with them each a little differently?
Yeah. Sometimes they get thrown into the same practice because Lindsay might be working on starting in blocks, but Lincoln's working on something different, so they kind of work similar things. We do similar things, but not necessarily the exact same thing. I'm looking for Lincoln's touchdown times. Is his hips up over the hurdles? I want to see how fast Lindsay's getting out of the blocks. Lincoln likes the competitiveness of racing his sister, so that's always an added bonus for them,
yeah.
That competitive edge and him wanting to beat her and everything. So there are some components that are the same, but definitely things that I'm looking for each practice separately as well.
That's awesome. But you got to be excited for this weekend. Huh?
Absolutely. Nothing like the state track meet. I always tell the kids, as much as I like state volleyball and state basketball, there's nothing better than the crowds and the cheers at state track. So
awesome.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate
thanks.
all your time you put into our kids, and we know you put a lot of time into it.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Coach Mosier, so you're the sprint coach.
Yep.
You're also the head football coach.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about your year, a little bit about yourself, and what you think of the boys.
Sure. Well, this is year number 9 for me, coaching track. Coached everything under the sun. I've coached from distance to mid-distance to throws to sprints. I've been all over the place. Sprinters is something that, being in the weight room the past 9 years, is something we always want to try to get faster. And so it's something I've always had a passion for. So when I came here and they said, well, we need a sprints coach, I said, well, I can definitely do that. And I was super excited to jump into that. Sprinters have run really well this year. We've seen some really, really good progress, especially here in the last 3 or 4 weeks, which is exciting because you want to peak at the end. You don't want to peak steak at the beginning. So you always tell our kids, we are slow cooking the steak all the time. I said, we don't need to go super fast. It's a long season. I said, we need to be ready when we get to regional time. And so that's kind of what the whole buildup has been up to. And now you get to a week like this where you have an opportunity to do something pretty special that not everybody gets to do.
That's awesome. Do you feel like, being a coach, done it for as long as you have, do you feel like you deal with each one of your sprinters a little differently?
Yeah.
Like tap into them a little differently?
Yeah, so every sprinter has their own things they have to work on. So, sometimes by the time I get to them, especially when they're in high school, is they've already been alive for 15 years or so. So there's things that they built up, whether it's been on the playground or with other coaches or playing other sports, where it's like, okay, this is really good and this is not so good, and here's some things that we just need to tweak. And I feel like over time we've developed enough of a system and drills and that type of stuff where it's like, okay, this kid needs this drill and this kid needs this drill, and that's how we can kind of tap into them a little bit more, especially in a situation like now where our numbers aren't super huge. So now we can really start honing in where it's less about, still want to build top end speed, but just going, okay, how much more in shape are you going to get in the next 3 days? So It's all about still running fast, tapping into our central nervous system in the correct way, and then working on a lot of technique and form that way.
Awesome. So like you as a coach, you just get just as fired up and giddy about going to the state track meet?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Every year you get the goosebumps. I don't care whether you come on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. It's just a very special place to go to, and it's something that until you go, you just don't understand what it's all about. I kind of go hand in hand. It's like the first time you ever go to a Major League Baseball game. When you walk in, you see all that green grass. It's the same type of thing. You come in, you see that many people and that many schools and that many spectators. Like, well, this is something pretty special and something that a lot of people in the state of Kansas buy into.
That's awesome. And Coach, can you kind of elaborate on being a coach? It's hard to get to this point, right? I mean,
sure it is.
It's the people that are going to the state track meet have worked hard.
Yep.
And put in the time. And can you kind of elaborate a little bit on
It definitely doesn't just happen. There's so many factors that go into it in terms of, trying to stay healthy. That's kind of our biggest thing is, we want to step on the line at the end of the season 100% healthy, because I feel like if we can do that, I know there's other people from other schools that won't be. If they're dealing with strains and shin splints and all these other things, and we're not, we already have an advantage.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we focus on with kind of our program, especially sprinter-wise. But when you get to regionals, it really is a crapshoot, depending on where you're going, who's showing up, who are you competing against. And that's something I know that's a topic of conversation all the time. It's just going, our regional's loaded. Well, loaded maybe these few events, but in some of these other events, maybe not. And it's always that way. It's just, some events are really, really stacked with really good kids. It really just depends on the year and depends on what regional you get placed in.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, we appreciate you coaching our kids, both in football, both in the weight room, and out here on the track. We really appreciate it. So we got Coach Stout here. He's actually the head coach of the track and field team. Coach, how's your season going?
Season went great. Our girls team won 6 of our 8 meets. Got first as a team, which is something we haven't experienced a lot before. Boys always fighting for 3rd, 4th range, and we might be fighting for 3rd, 4th at state for the boys. I don't know. We'll see.
That's awesome. How exciting is it to you as a coach to have those successes like that? Do you just get just as amped up about it as your athletes do?
Sometimes I feel like I get more amped.
Really?
Like the kid will be all happy in the moment, then walk off. They're thinking about their next race. I'm over there talking to another coach about how awesome my kids just ran pretty much all night. Get home, wake up my wife. I'm like, hey, Lindsay ran this, Lincoln
That's
ran
awesome.
this. She gets annoyed with it. Even the next day, I'll still talk about outstanding performances.
Very cool.
To this day, I mean, it's been nearly a week since regionals, and I haven't gone a day without talking about our results from regionals yet.
That's awesome. I was excited just in the stands watching. I practically had tears in me. I mean, I did have tears, to be honest with you. But
there weren't few of us without tears off a few of our qualifiers. Obviously, Chayton coming out of nowhere. Cammie qualifying, and then we had some upsets. There were some sad moments, which happens with every team. Okay, every year you're gonna have those borderline kids, but we'll come back redemption next year.
And that's always a tough one too, isn't it? Because you got kids on the team that are passionate and they want it just as bad as the next, and it's like you got all your emotions going on. You got excitement going on, happiness going on, but then you got the other side of it, the kid that just fell a little bit short.
Yeah, it was pretty emotions up and down roller coaster. We had the boys 200, which was fantastic for us, qualifying 2 boys from the same school in the single event is always awesome. And then turn around the 2-mile girls, and my girl gets 5th, 1 spot away.
Oh man.
4 seconds behind another girl that did qualify. So it was definitely up and down, but an overall fun day.
That was Jacelyn, right?
Jacelyn, yeah, poor girl.
She's a hell of a runner too.
5th in 3 events, you know, top 4 go. And then you go back to cross country in the fall, she was 1 place away there as well.
Oh,
2.5 seconds behind a girl that got to go. So she's had some bad luck as a freshman. So she's getting to come to state as a manager this year.
That's awesome. She's a neat kid.
Yeah.
And she's got a good future ahead of her. I see her out here practicing when there is no practice.
Yep, she has mileage goals. She has plans. She's not happy getting fit. She's not happy with her position, and by God, she's going to work and put in the mileage to make it happen. So I expect huge things out of her next year.
That's awesome. And you know, I can't help but ask you about, you know, coming into the season, I know Chayton was jacked about it. I know you were. That 4x4. You had a hell of a team put together there with a lot of horsepower, and things just kind of unraveled.
The numbers going into the season looked amazing. Either the 4x4 was going to be amazing or the 4x1 was going to be amazing. And things just didn't line up.
Yeah.
Which happens.
Yeah.
Obviously Chayton getting injured, then some other issues with some other athletes. Even in the 4x4, we had kids thought we were going to run 54s, 55s. Still we're running 57s, 58s, 59s. They weren't there. And so halfway through the season, we kind of switched, put our mindset, maybe the 4x1s are our thing.
Yep.
And we tried that a couple times. It looked like it might happen. And then down towards the end, it just didn't come together. So we scrapped it, ran our individuals, qualified Lincoln in the open too, because he would have given that up for the 4x1. So
yeah.
Overall, I think it worked out for our boys. This best possible goal. Last thing I wanted to do was waste these guys on a race that might not qualify.
Sure. No, it's actually interesting how all that kind of unfolds throughout the year and how you got to make those little adjustments and tweaks, you know, mid-season or at the end of the season. And
that's why I get paid the big bucks. You know, the high school coaching track pay to make those choices.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, you're also the cross-country coach.
I said I haven't went to state 2 years ago with Noah, who graduated this year. That kid's been running with me since 6th grade. So it was real sad to see him go, but I think our future is coming along, and we'll see how our numbers look next year. I don't know if they'll be good or bad.
Yeah.
It's always a kind of a crapshoot with cross country.
Yeah, that's I went to one of your cross country meets, man. That's gnarly.
Yes, yeah. If you haven't been there before, hanging out at the finish line, watching kids absolutely destroy themselves in a 3-mile race, puking at the end.
Yeah.
Fainting, having to be carried. It's like you just ran 3 miles, but you can't take one step after you cross the finish line.
Right.
It's pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's fun. You get amped up. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, I appreciate your time, and I'm excited for the state track meet.
I'm excited too.
And thanks a lot for coaching our kids, putting in all the effort, and you got a great coaching staff.
Yeah.
Obviously,
they make me look real good. I sometimes say I'm not a very good coach. I have very good staff though, so it makes me look good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Coach.
Yep.
Thanks a lot. Feeling it?
Yes, I
Feeling
am.
good?
Yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Feeling
You've been
great.
awesome to watch this year.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. You've had a great, successful year, man.
Yes.
volleyball, basketball, track.
Yes.
So we got Danny Mosier here. Danny, can you tell us what you do for Goodland Cowboys and Cowgirls Track and Field?
So I'm the long and triple jump for high school and junior high. That's what I work with primarily.
So how's the season gone so far?
It's been really good. We had a lot of PRs for all of our group. Got Noah Chanette to state. He's in triple jump right now, and so super excited to see what he can do.
Awesome. Is it you get pretty amped up too going to state?
I do. I went 4 years in high school, so it kind of brings back a lot of nostalgia.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So,
well, you got a lot to offer then if you've
I think just being involved in that atmosphere and takes a certain drive to get there, and
exactly.
our kids are catching on to that, and it's exciting to see.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you, Dan. Noah, how you doing, dude?
Good.
How you feeling?
Good. Kind of nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's definitely natural. You're going to as good as you can get in high school, man.
Yeah.
Have you had a pretty good season?
Yeah. I'm kind of lucky that I PR'd last meet. Mississippi to state. I got third at regionals, so.
That's awesome. So what kind of emotions are going through your head right now?
Just go do it. You know?
Yep. Just you're probably excited to just get there?
Yeah.
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 What other kind of things do you have to say, Noah?
Just ready.
Just ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you like to, if you wanted to give a shout out to anybody? You got a girlfriend or something like that? Or who would you like to give a shout out to and thank?
Coach Danny and Coach Stout, because he told me to do triple jump at like the middle of the season. So I just did it, and yeah.
Worked out well.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Noah, you're going to be a junior, right?
No, I'm gonna be a senior.
That's right. You're going to be a senior.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, man, go there this weekend and have fun, man.
Thank you.
So we got Lincoln Cure here. You're a sophomore this year. And man, what a great freaking year you've had.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've had a lot of success and just got to finish it off.
Broke some records, finished first in the dominated GWAC.
Yeah.
You're pretty pumped about going to state?
Yeah, I'm a little scared, you know, ranked #1 in the 300 hurdles and in the 110s, and you know, just focused on the goal, focused on finishing it out, and just got to get that state championship.
That's awesome, man. So what do you do to prepare yourself, or what do you have kind of a ritual you do or anything?
Not much of a ritual, but you know, I stay focused. You know, I stay locked in. You know, sometimes with my AirPods, I don't even play music. I just put the silencer on and just focus and get locked in. You know, just focus on the goal.
That's awesome, man. So any memorable moments you've had this year that really stick out to you, that feel like really kind of propelled you? Like, was it winning something and then you just became a beast after that?
I would say my first hurdle race that I lost. You know, I messed up a hurdle. I tried to come back. You know, I just couldn't get there. I lost a hurdle race, and that just motivated me a ton. You know, I got to practice, and I just instantly, I was just locked in. I was just ready to go. I knew, you know, that can't happen again. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Go over there. Huh? Here, go over there.
So Lincoln, who would you like to thank out there that's kind of helped you along the way, inspired you, whether it be coach, parents, whatever, girlfriend?
You know, like every coach I've ever had, you know, especially my dad, he's pushed me to my limits, and you know, every day he tells me to be a leader, and I just, you know, I live by that. And I would just say, you know, looking up to my brother, looking up to my dad, just looking up to people, and I say to myself, I got to be better than that. You know, I got to do what they never did, and you know, I'm just trying to be the best possible athlete I can be.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Well, Lincoln, you've been a lot of fun to watch, man, all year long, and I look forward to watching you this weekend.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Lincoln.
Yeah, thanks.
Tell us who you are, girl.
I am Delaney Pollard. I am the high jump coach on the high school and junior high track staff.
So how's your year gone so far with the different kids you've had and stuff?
It's been really great. We've had a lot of young jumpers this year, which is awesome. We're kind of starting to build a program, build a little bit of tradition. So it's been a great year. They've all grown so much.
So do you kind of look forward to the years to come with kind of some of what you're seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Lincoln's just a sophomore. We've got 2 really good freshmen, and we've got some junior high jumpers coming in, and it's going to be good.
And how cool is it to be taking one of your jumpers to state?
It's awesome. He's actually my first high jumper that I get to take to state as a coach. So
pretty good feeling, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's my boy. I've been a part of that.
Yes, absolutely. He's done all the work, but it's exciting that he gets to go in 4 events this year.
And it's
the Scott
nice.
High Jumps 1.
It's nice coaching kids that are coachable too, huh?
Absolutely.
That work hard and want it.
Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate your time, appreciate you working with our kids, and we're going to see you this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We get to take a good group of kids.
Awesome. You got a boyfriend to say hello to or anything? I got Cami Purvis here.
Hi.
Sophomore, sprinter,
Yes, sir.
100-meter runner at state. Awesome. So tell us, how's your season gone? Like, tell us about how you've been feeling. Like, how did it start out, and where you're at now, and some of the things that you've kind of pushed through and different things like that.
So I feel like this year has gone a lot more smoother than last year. Last year I dealt with some quad injuries. I strained my quad, so I wasn't really a strong runner. So I can just feel the difference in my running and everything like that. So I just feel a lot stronger, and I feel like I'm, I don't know, picking up the pieces that I was trying to put together last year. And so I just feel like everything's coming together. Last year I came into state ranked 16th, which was last. But I was thankful that I made it, and this year I'm ranked 7th, so there's some wiggle room to make it to the finals, so we'll just have to see where it goes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pumped to watch. Yeah, it's exciting, huh?
Yeah, it is very exciting. I'm very thankful that I get the opportunity to make it. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
So who would you like to thank out there?
Who would I like to thank? I'd like to thank the coaches, Coach Moser, just all of them. They've really given me good tips and pointers to help with my form and running and everything like that. And my teammates, they definitely push me. And if I I'm not confident on something, they always, I don't know, pick my mood up, change
That's
my
cool.
mindset.
That's awesome. That's how it should be.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Cammy, you
So-
got anything else to say?
No, nothing I could think of.
Awesome. Well, go out there and have fun and go kill it, girl.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, we got Chayton Goodwin here. He's a freshman, just qualified for the 200 meter and just missed the 100 meter, huh?
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about your season. You kind of had a tough season.
Yeah, I was out for like first part of the season. I came back for regionals, and the grind in the physical training room really helped out with Holly, thanks to her. And I came back strong and healthy, and here I am.
And tell us a little bit what kind of injury you had.
Yeah, I had my hip flexor. It was like, I guess, weaking away, and it just started to strain on me, and it was not fun.
How was it? Tell us a little bit about the adversity you went through sitting on the sidelines watching. I know it was really hard on you, sitting out in a sport you love and passionate about.
Right, yeah, it was really hard mentally, watching people do good, and I'm over there in the cam just watching, you know. It's kind of hard knowing I can be right up in there, you know.
So do you feel like you've grown a lot from it?
Oh yeah. I've learned so much about stretching's like the most important part about workouts and sports and stuff.
And the mental, huh?
Mental, yeah, definitely mental part. Mental game is everything.
So you finished good in regionals, and did that just feel like it restored your soul?
Yes, that's what I needed. It was like a refresher mentally to get me back on track. Yeah.
Who out there would you like to thank, whether it be coaches, girlfriends, who your sponsors, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, definitely the coaches for being supportive, and my parents, very supportive all the way through this thing. And Holly over there in the training room, she's sacrificed so much time for me and like work and everything, thanks to her. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be running right now.
That's awesome, man. So you're pretty pumped about this weekend?
Oh, I'm pumped, excited.
So yeah. What's your mental strategy you go through when you're getting ready for a race?
Just remind myself who I am, how hard I worked. I feel like going to state, I really got nothing to lose as a freshman. You know, there's not much pressure. Just go run your butt off.
Yep. Awesome, man. Well, Chayton, thanks a lot for your time. You got anything else to say or anything?
No.
Well, go have fun, man.
I will.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lindsay, you had a pretty good practice today? Mm-hmm. Ready for state?
Yes, I am. It's one of the biggest, state track meets, and it's always a joy to get to watch all the really good athletes compete, as well as you get to compete against them. So it's just a big opportunity for all of us that competed and were able to make it. So
that's awesome. So what kind of do you have, as far as your strategy when you're getting ready for a competition? Is there something you do when you lock in? Do you listen to music? Do you do a lot of visualizing? What does Lindsay Cure do?
I do a lot of visualizing. I think that's probably what helps me the most, especially with javelin. Just being able to watch other people, some of those best athletes do it, and just visualizing how I'm able to perform. And then most of the time I kind of just relax. I don't really want to think about competing too much, because I get really bad nerves. So I just like focusing on myself and just relaxing and stuff until I need to compete and know I need to get ready, prepare myself with my warm-up.
That's awesome. That is so true. Just what you said, you can really start to overthink things, and you kind of move into a different state of mind, right? Like, of course, yes. The nervous state of mind, and sometimes it's almost counterproductive, huh?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. So I just like to, I've always had a really nervous side, and I think in past years, I think that's kind of gotten to me. But this year I know what I need to do, and I know that I'm also one of the top performers, so I think just focusing on myself instead of other people that are there.
Exactly. You're staying in your own lane, yes. So to speak, huh?
Yes.
How is it? competing with your younger brother, who is at the top of his game. He's been a beast this year too. How is that being out here with a sibling?
It's actually really nice. I mean, we compete a lot in practice, which he kind of gets on my nerves sometimes because he likes to get in my face. But for the most part, it's just a real joy being able to spend my time with my little brother my senior year and seeing how well he's performing. It's making me proud too.
Awesome. So Lindsay, who would you like to thank out there, or do you have somebody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just all my family and friends. They've always supported me and like always there to watch me compete, and it just makes me want to do it more because I want to, make them proud and anything like that. And then also Holly Wilcoxon, she's the athletic trainer here, and I'm about to go see her because I need to get my shoulder worked on, but she's just always there to help, and she has a big job working with the Northwest Tech and then here with the high school, so being able to have her, and then just my coaches as well and my teammates always pushing me and knowing what I can achieve. So.
That's awesome, Lindsay. Lindsay, what would you say to the younger girl that's a freshman or sophomore, or even let's go beyond that, let's go a 7th and 8th grader that's kind of on the fence about doing track and maybe lacking a little bit of confidence? What would you say to that young girl if you were to talk to her?
I say just enjoy it and go out and try new things because you never know what you can do. And if you can continue, maybe you don't start out as well. I actually did high jump and I didn't think I did very well, but there's multiple things out here that you can go do for track. I mean, and that's why I went and did javelin, and here I am competing at state for javelin. So just trying new things, and if you feel discouraged, know that really, once again, you're competing against yourself, and trying to PR and just for yourself, not really worrying about how other people are doing because it's only about improving it.
And that's a good point. That's something Chayton talks a lot about. He likes the individualness where he's against himself almost. Kind of along what you're saying. Well, that's really awesome. Lindsay, I appreciate your time. You're awesome. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate you too.
How you been, Holly?
Hanging out.
Doing your thing?
Yeah. Our school's done here, so.
Keeping all these athletes in business, huh?
Yeah. It's my favorite part of the job.
Well, as a parent, and I know there's a lot of other parents out there, we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
We know our kids are in good hands with you.
Oh yeah. Especially Chayton. If he just does what I tell him to do, we're good.
So how do you like your job, Holly?
I really love it. There's some days that are really hard, and athletic trainers just don't, I don't know, we're kind of like the unsung hero, but I know what I do, and at the end of the day, it's just a very gratifying job, so I love it.
And you do, this is Holly Wilcoxon, the college trainer, and you do the high school.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
I've been over here before, and you've had kids lined up.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Those days get super crazy, but I just like get in the zone and I get everyone taken care of, so I don't know really how I do it, but it works, so.
Well, we appreciate it. I know this dog does. He told me what you told me today. You wouldn't even think you'd be able to be running right now if it wasn't for Holly, huh?
Right. Yeah. So something I was thinking about when he was at regionals. I was thinking about it, and I'm not taking anything away from Chayton. If like this injury didn't have happened, I wondered if he would have still went to state without the injury. So like. Sometimes I have to put it into perspective for athletes, like when they get hurt, so you sit out for a while, but for you, yes, you had an injury, we had to rehab it, but we also noticed a lot of like deficiencies, so we worked on all of those things with him, and then he got stronger because of it. So although he missed time, would he have ran, he PR'd every single time he got on the track at regionals, so would he have ran the same if he You know, so like you were saying, it's kind of a blessing in disguise where we like worked on all of his weaknesses, and so then he went out there and just absolutely crushed it. So I don't know, sometimes I have to kind of remind athletes of that. And
he's even said that, like his balance and some of the things he's never done some of those things before.
Well,
you know?
and like when we slowed a lot of his movements down, he's really bad at balance, and we still need to work on it just a little bit more. But like, had this injury not have happened, he wouldn't have been in here, and we would have never noticed.
Right.
We would have not known
the
that.
deficiencies.
So, yeah, and so yeah, it sucked that he missed time, but he went to regionals and just absolutely crushed it. And so one thing that I was thinking of was like, would he have performed the same way?
Right.
Had we not worked on strength
Sure.
of his hips and stuff. So now he's got all these cool like flexibility training to do and stretches, and you know, like now he's gonna just kill it because now we know what it is that he needs to be working on.
That's
so,
right.
I don't know, I just wonder, and like he's a great athlete, but sometimes you just wonder like, would he have performed the same way?
Yeah, because you identify deficiencies from the injury in other areas.
Yeah, and so it's like, it sucks because time was taken out, but like I said, I mean, he just went out and PR'd. Like every time you step on the track, you're just like boom, boom, PR, PR. So
yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I think you would have still performed great if the injury wouldn't have happened, but who knows? Like maybe you wouldn't have gone to state if it wasn't for. That's something that I was thinking about specifically with Trayton. When he sent me the text that he's going to state, I'm like, damn it, you did it. He did it.
So Holly, you also though, you actually you go to the Olympic Training Center, right? Work with elite athletes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's that experience?
It's really cool. So I'm specifically in with like USA Wrestling. I went out there originally and just worked with whoever they put me with, but I got in with USA Wrestling, and I don't know if you know Dr. John Finoff. He's the head physician out there, and I kind of shadowed him and got in with him, and I learned so much from him. And so when I come back here, I think about the things that he kind of taught me, the things that I saw, and then I apply it for these athletes. So like, I'm trying to give them the best care possible, and so just from the Olympics, like I just learned so much from them. And
that's
so
awesome.
I'm in the medical pool for USA Wrestling, so any domestic or international stuff that they have going on, they can invite me to go out to.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
There's the Cure kids that just crush it. Lindsay, what do you think about Holly? You think she's cool?
Yes, I mean she does an awesome job of taking care of all of us athletes. I mean, it's a tough job when all of us, like right now, I mean, just us three coming from track, she's helping us all, so yeah, it's pretty awesome.
How about you? You think,
has Holly helped you at all?
She's helped me a ton. I appreciate her more than anything. You know, whenever I have a problem, I come in here, get it solved real quick, get back out on the field. So, you know,
When he says problem, it is physically or mentally, and
Yeah.
I'm like the counselor.
Yeah, she helps me out with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Lincoln has cried in me before, so.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I understand, Lincoln. Everybody loves Holly. Holly, we appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I got Dax Reese here, track and field coach, and you coach with, tell us what you, who you coach.
You know, Dave, all I do is I coach the javelin, and that's it. So Lindsay is our thrower going to state, and I've been working with her all season.
God, she's awesome, isn't she?
She's awesome. She is, I'd probably say, one of the best female athletes of the decade, probably.
I gotta be honest with you.
I don't know anyone else. Maybe Connie Livengood could give her a run for her money, but I don't know.
I gotta be honest with you too. I was actually talking to Chayton about that the other night. You know, you kind of hate to put her on the spot like this, but she's kind of like the GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean,
in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's one thing to be really good at one sport, but everything you do and be at the top of your game with it, she's got Spartan blood in her, dude.
Yeah.
She's like a Spartan.
She works hard. So she's a relentless competitor. Wants to get better every day. Shows up, consistency, and that's what it comes down to, is just putting one foot in front of the other.
She's fun to work with.
Yeah, it's funny seeing her and her sister. They throw and compete against each other in practice, and she's always giving her sister pointers, and her little sister's like, maybe doesn't really want to listen because it's her older sister, but no, it's good. She knows a lot, and her younger sister's lucky to have her. So
yeah, her and her brother have been pretty competitive on those hurdles together, haven't they?
It's good for them.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, I'll tell you, we appreciate you coaching, and I know I enjoy seeing you coaching our youth in football.
Oh, yeah, gonna be another great season.
You're actually moving up to junior high, right?
Yep, doing 7th and 8th grade excited to move up with that group. They had pretty good success last year, and you show them how much they care. They work hard.
Yesterday when I was talking to you out there at the track, you said something really good. School's over and the kids are having to go to practice, but you'd said something really powerful, and that was about the honor of even being out there practicing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of kids would look at it like, oh man, we're off, we don't got to practice anymore, but can you kind of allude to what you said?
Yeah, state track and field is Kansas High School State Athletic Association wants the best kids possible for the last week of May. So to be out there practicing is like an honor, because it's the state of Kansas, it's the whole state, and you're one of those athletes they want there. So it's Monday, it's Tuesday, you're out there busting your butt, everyone else is at home, but gosh dang, you're one of the best athletes in the state, and that's awesome.
That is very cool. I actually got to thinking about what you said, and there's a lot of good stuff there,
Yeah, perspective.
Perspective. Sure. It's all about perspective, huh?
That's right.
Dax, I really appreciate your words. Any other comments, or?
Dave, I don't think so.
All right, well, Dax, I appreciate
all you get from me tonight.
I appreciate you, and I want to say you have a badass garage, dude.
Thanks, brother.
you doing, Jason?
Some of us got to work earlier than others.
Hello, Noah. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good. Good morning, Lindsay. How's that superstar?
Good.
Good.
State track.
How's it going, Cheers? Yeah.
We're coming home with some hardware.
Oh man, Lincoln, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you.
How's Cammy?
I'm good.
All right, I want to welcome everybody here to the track send-off. I got a lot of boys here. Okay.
Morning. How's the dog doing?
Good. Couple more.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I can't run faster than you, but I can. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Goodland Ambassadors, I want to congratulate you guys on a terrific season. I know that you worked very hard to get where you're at. You know, working just across the street over here, so I see you guys running and jumping and doing your stuff for several months now. So you know, we appreciate hard work. We know that you're going to represent Goodland very well. And, I want to turn it over to Coach Stout to let him talk a little bit about the season, and then we'll let everybody introduce themselves and talk about what events they're in.
Yeah, our track season went fantastic. Girls won 5 meets as a team overall. Competed at regionals very well. Excited about Lindsay, her senior year. School record holder, league record holder in javelin, and let's go see if we can get state record holder as well. Okay. Highest points scored in a single season, most points scored in a career. Absolutely fantastic senior athlete. We're going to miss her. Cammie, absolutely great from last year to here. It's huge where she's at, almost a full second faster. Qualified as a freshman, going in as a sophomore, has a great shot at making finals and possibly medaling.
Get off of there.
Lincoln, great season. Now single season boys record holder in points scored. He's trying to score more points than his sister. He's got to do it at the state meet. We'll see. Lincoln may be the best boy athlete, track athlete in all of 3A, but he's going to have to prove it over these next couple of days. He's been really exciting and fun to watch. Where he's come from last year to here as well, this year is absolutely crazy. Noah, first year out for track, and he qualifies for state. Okay, it was like pulling teeth trying to get him to come out this year. And then halfway through the season, I went up to him and was like, you're triple jumping next Friday, you need to learn how to do it. And that was about a month ago, and now we're triple jumping at state. That's due to his hard work and his awesome coach, Danny Mosier. Chayton had a rough year, coming in as a freshman. Started off first couple meets injured, not doing good times, and we ended up sitting out. I didn't get him till 2 meets ago. And to come in qualify in the 200 is absolutely outstanding. Every time he runs, he gets faster. So he's going to be pretty scary at state. They won't see him come out. So it's pretty exciting. Okay? Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Say what you're going to be doing. We'll start here.
I'm Jason Gable. I'm a freshman, and I'm going as the manager.
I'm Kaylee Purvis. I'm a sophomore, and I'm going to compete in the 100 meter.
I'm Lindsay Cure. I'm a senior. I'm going to compete in the 100 hurdles, 300 hurdles, and javelin.
I'm Lincoln Cure. I'm a sophomore. I'm going to be competing in 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles, high jump, and 200.
I'm Noah Shannon. I'm competing in triple jump.
I'm Shane Goodland. I'm a freshman. I'm going to be in the 200.
Definitely the assistant coaches need to introduce themselves. They've done a lot of work.
Yeah. Jordan Mosier, coach the sprints and all the relays.
Laura Bierman, hurdles.
Delaney Pollard, high jump.
Danny Mosier, long and triple jump.
We appreciate all the effort you guys put in. There's a lot of athletic ability on the floor right now, so we think you guys are going to do great to represent GHS and Goodland to the best of your ability. So we do have some goodie bags put together.
Yeah, the office right with my wife.
You guys aren't squeezed in here that bad. You guys go out there and kick some ass.